The two most important requirements for major success are: first, being in the right place at the right time, and second, doing something about it. Ray Kroc. Picture a world where the aroma of a hamburger, a cheeseburger, crispy fries and a creamy milkshake fills the air. Welcome to the realm of McDonald's. With around 40,000 restaurants in 120 countries, this huge worldwide company makes over $20 billion every year. Every day, 70 million people enjoy its food, and surprisingly, more than 80 burgers are eaten every second. McDonald's is hailed as the 20th century phenomenon in the realm of dining out. A prime example of how a business can rake in billions not just from fries and burgers, but also from real estate investments, and anyone can profit from the company's stocks if they wish. Having traversed a challenging path from a modest burger spot to an empire, they've maintained their relevance for over 80 years and continue to delight customers with top-notch offerings, diverse menus, and wallet-friendly prices. And the colossal yellow M remains the most recognizable symbol worldwide. But who orchestrated the rapid ascent of this franchise? How did a struggling 52-year-old manage to redefine the world of fast food? This is the story of McDonald's. The beginning, the McDonald brothers. In the early 1900s, in the rural countryside of New Hampshire, two brothers were born into a humble family of Irish immigrants, Richard and Maurice McDonald. The brothers fondly called each other Mac and Dick. Their father, Patrick McDonald, had worked as a shift manager at a shoe factory for an impressive 42 years until a sudden dismissal. Determined to take control of their own destinies, the brothers pledged to become millionaires by the age of 50. Dreaming of finding fame and fortune in Hollywood, they landed jobs at Columbia movie studios, where they earned a meager $25 per week by handling props and lighting on the sets of silent films. By 1930, the brothers had managed to save a considerable sum, allowing them to purchase a 750-seat theater located 20 miles east of Los Angeles. To discourage moviegoers from bringing their own food, they ingeniously opened a snack bar in the lobby, a move that turned out to be a resounding success. However, during the years of the Great Depression, attendance plummeted, and the brothers found themselves in constant debt. Realizing that achieving financial success in this field was becoming unlikely, the McDonald brothers decided to sell the theater and took a daring leap from entertainment to the realm of dining out. In 1937, in the neighboring town of Monrovia on Route 66, they constructed an octagonal kiosk called the Aerodrome, selling cheap hot dogs and orange juice. The kiosk was the only profitable venture in town, mostly serving visitors from the local racing track. However, after the racing season ended, the number of customers heavily dropped. The McDonald brothers decided to head further east to the growing city of San Bernardino, located 60 miles from Los Angeles. After several banks turned down their request for funds to open a new venture, the Bank of America finally granted them a loan. In 1940, armed with $5,000 in capital, they opened their restaurant, McDonald's Barbecue. Most of their customers were motorists who came not just for affordable and tasty food, but also to flirt with the waitresses. On weekends, more than 150 cars would gather in the parking lot. Their menu consisted of 25 items, but some of the most popular were hamburgers, pork and beef cheeseburgers, ribs, pizza, and fish. The restaurant quickly gained popularity, and the brothers reached an annual income of $200,000. Rumors circulated that during this time, they bought one of the most luxurious houses in the city, a 25-room mansion on a hill, worth $90,000. However, soon competitors emerged. Staff left for better-paying jobs, and visitors began stealing tableware or leaving without waiting for their orders. The brothers began searching for ways to improve their operations. Ultimately, they devised a business plan that would revolutionize the fast food industry. Revolution in the world of dining. In 1948, Dick and Mac asked themselves how they could optimize their operations for maximum profit. How could they stand out? How could they speed up service? The brothers noticed that 80% of their sales came from hamburgers and decided to streamline their menu from 25 items to just 9. Hamburgers, cheeseburgers, fries, and beverages. Over the course of a few months, they designed a kitchen and developed a conveyor system for service. Each employee had a designated role, from cooking meats to preparing fries. Most of the food was pre-prepared and stored in heated cabinets. This allowed the brothers to quickly assemble orders and even anticipate demand, something no other eatery could boast. All hamburgers were served with ketchup, mustard, onions, and 2 pickles. They replaced glass dishes and metal utensils with paper cups and boxes, eliminating the need for a dishwasher. A new format emerged, self-service, where customers placed orders at windows and received their food in paper packaging. The staff was to consist solely of men dressed in neat white uniforms. According to the brothers, female staff were an unnecessary distraction. Taking advantage of lower labor costs, the brothers could charge a few cents less than their competitors. 15 cents for a hamburger, 10 cents for a packet of fries, and 20 cents for a triple-thick milkshake. Established in December 1948, the McDonald's hamburgers outlet was a huge success, generating an annual income of $350,000. They could serve a customer in just 1 minute and promised that the next 60 seconds could change the course of your entire life. In 1952, the triumph of their restaurant prompted the McDonald brothers to think big. An eye-catching and architecturally unique building was an excellent way to stand out from competitors. The brothers envisioned a restaurant designed like a burger stand with arched semicircles on the sides. Architect Stanley Clark Maston took on this task, and to attract attention, they installed golden arcs on the roof illuminated with neon lights. This eventually became the most recognizable commercial symbol. What does Ray Kroc have to do with this? The man to whom McDonald's owes its worldwide fame, Raymond Kroc, was born in 1902 in Chicago. During World War I, as a 15-year-old teenager, he dropped out of school and, falsifying documents, became an ambulance driver. After the war, he sold musical instruments and paper cups on the street. Close ones considered Ray a failure, as by the age of 50 he had achieved no significant success. However, eventually he started a company selling milkshake mixes. In 1954, Kroc received a very peculiar order. The owners of a small roadside cafe in San Bernardino requested to buy 8 milkshake mixers at once. Upon arriving at the restaurant, he found a long line of customers who were receiving their orders quickly. Kroc advised the McDonald brothers to open their own franchises across the United States. The brothers were skeptical about this idea, so he offered to take on the main responsibility for creating new franchises and paid $15,000 for the rights to open McDonald's restaurants across the country. In early March 1955, Ray Kroc founded the company McDonald's Systems Incorporated, and a month later, he opened the first McDonald's restaurant in Des Plaines using the franchise model. Each buyer of a license paid a one-time fee of $950 and contributed 1.9% of the restaurant turnover, of which 0.5% went to the McDonald brothers and the rest to Kroc. From franchisees, he demanded adherence to rules, high-quality products, service culture, impeccable cleanliness. He ensured that new McDonald's establishments didn't tarnish the brand's image. However, not everyone agreed with this, so in the first year, Kroc managed to sell only 18 franchises. In 1956, Ray Kroc met with the financier Harry Sonborn. He proposed the idea of rapid growth from McDonald's restaurants and revenues by buying land and real estate and then leasing it to franchisees. How does this work? Imagine you want to operate under the name McDonald's. The corporation buys a plot for the restaurant. You decide to open your McDonald's on that plot. The company signs a contract with you with the condition that the restaurant will be located precisely in that place, and you will pay monthly rent for the land, but not the market rate that the company pays to the state, but 40% higher. You're required to pay rent regardless of sales volume, and you must also pay a percentage of income. In other words, McDonald's recoups the cost of the land through you and gains additional profit on top of it. And when the land is recouped, you continue to pay. But now the company keeps all the rent, so the company always has someone to rent the space to, and the tenant always pays. Now let's think about the numbers. McDonald's has over 40,000 restaurants worldwide, and it owns 80% of the buildings where the restaurants are located and 55% of the land on which these buildings stand. According to calculations, the total area of McDonald's is over 200 square kilometers, and it's growing daily. That's why McDonald's is one of the largest real estate owners in the world, second only to the Catholic Church with an area of over 700,000 square kilometers and Bill Gates with his agriculture agricultural lands of 1,000 square kilometers. Let's go back to the 50s. Thanks to the franchising scheme, the business began to grow rapidly, and by the end of the 1950s, the network had 228 establishments with an income of $56 million per year. Kroc was always seeking ways to improve, find extra income or reduce expenses. But according to the contract, he couldn't change even the tiniest detail of the restaurant. Ray suggested placing advertisements from other companies at the bottom of the menu and banners to generate additional income. But Dick and Mac cited that McDonald's is a family company and wouldn't have internal advertising. Kroc proposed using soluble powders instead of milk and ice cream, which would significantly reduce raw material and storage costs. But the brothers replied that milkshakes without ice cream were unnecessary. In 1961, Kroc's conflicts with the brothers escalated, and he tried to persuade them to sell him their business. The McDonald brothers asked for $2.7 million and a condition: 1% of the entire network's revenue on an ongoing basis. Ray had to mortgage his house and seek financial help from Zornborn to buy out the brothers' shares in the company. The 1% agreement wasn't documented, unlike the transaction price, and later Ray refused to pay it. As of today, this amount would be equivalent to $200 million annually. Ray Kroc was further annoyed by the fact that the McDonald brothers didn't include the iconic and most profitable restaurant in San Bernardino in the sales agreement. Later, Raymond bought a building next to the brothers' restaurant, which was already called Big M, and pushed them out of the business. After Ray Kroc became the sole owner of McDonald's, he actively sought franchise partners and promoted his business. He added new items to the menu, such as the Big Mac, Filet-O-Fish, and Chicken McNuggets. He made changes to the restaurant designs. To attract families with children, they built play areas in the restaurant, developed the Happy Meal Kids menu, where each child received a toy, and McDonald's became the largest distributor of toys. They came up with a humorous character, Ronald McDonald the Clown. He became the second most popular and recognizable character after Santa Claus. Only after 50 years the McDonald's Corporation would quietly retire Ronald McDonald. The reason behind this was the fact that more and more people around the world found clowns scary and even terrifying, rather than funny and friendly. Starting in 1968, McDonald's restaurants expanded to other countries, with the first fast food restaurant opening in Canada. 12 years later, the company crossed oceans and ventured into Europe, Asia, Australia, Latin America, and Africa. By the early 70s, the McDonald's system was generating over $1 billion in sales through 2,200 restaurants. The triumph of McDonald's was largely due to the company's skillful marketing and flexible response to consumer demand. Kroc not only rapidly amassed wealth, but also significantly changed the lifestyles of many people worldwide. Ray Kroc passed away in 1984 when he was 81 years old. He owned around 7,500 McDonald's restaurants in more than 30 countries and even possessed the San Diego Padres baseball team. At the time of his death, Kroc's fortune was valued at $500 million. He was included in Time magazine's list of the 100 most significant figures of the 20th century. History of the McDonald's logo. The first logos aimed to make it easy for customers to quickly identify that the place serves fast food. Over time, when the company was renamed McDonald's, the color palette introduced red and yellow, believed by its creators to enhance consumer appetite. After the company went global, Ray Kroc suggested merging the two arcs to form the letter M. This alteration made the logo universally recognizable. In 2003, as part of the successful worldwide I'm Loving It campaign, the logo underwent significant changes. The shape of the letter M was altered, and the shadow was added behind it. In 2007, McDonald's aimed to emphasize its commitment to ecology and repainted the logo in a dark green color. However, in some cities, the old versions of the logo remained unchanged. A dark chapter in McDonald's history. Despite its overwhelming success, the company's history has seen numerous scandals, accusations of being a negative example of globalization, investigations into the harm of fast food, and financial controversies. From 1989 to 2001, Monopoly became McDonald's most successful marketing campaign. Back then, it was like an instant lottery. You'd peel off a sticker and could win free ice cream or a Big Mac. If you were really lucky, you might score $50,000 or even $250,000. And if you got a cash sticker, you could take it to any McDonald's restaurant, sign some papers, grab a check, and cash it at any bank. A separate agency was in charge of placing the big price stickers. McDonald's itself wasn't directly involved. Whenever Monopoly launched, it almost doubled the sales for the whole chain. But here's the twist. The head of the security firm handling this, Jerry Jacobson, thought he deserved more than just a pat on the back. You see, he managed the stickers with the biggest prizes, and he started sneakily passing them on through middlemen. Over a decade, they set up a wide network of collaborators across the globe. Over the course of 10 years, they built a vast network of collaborators worldwide. The scammers managed to steal around $24 million. Yet it all ended with an anonymous call to the FBI. Some unknown caller asked the feds to check out the latest winners, claiming they were all linked somehow. After a quick check, the FBI realized it was true. This turned out to be one of the grandest scams in McDonald's history. The company also took some heat over contributing to the obesity issue in the US. In a controversial documentary called Super Size Me, the main guy went on an all-McDonald's diet for 30 days, going for the supersized portions. After this experiment, the dude faced some harsh health consequences. He packed on 20 kilograms, got obese, his blood sugar shot up, and things didn't go so well in the bedroom. According to the folks behind the show, fixing these health problems would cost about $50,000 for a rigorous health-yet treatment. Shortly after, McDonald's made the call to yank the supersized portions from their American menus. McDonald's today. Fast forward to today, McDonald's is one of the top 10 most valuable brands worldwide, rocking over 40,000 restaurants across the globe. With a crew of over 2 million folks, each restaurant rakes in around $1.5 million per year on average. In 2022, McDonald's holds in a whopping $23.2 billion, with 80% coming in from their international spots. The big 6 countries are where McDonald's is killing it: Canada, 1,000 restaurants; Japan, 2,500; Germany, 700; Australia, 700; France, 600; and the UK, 600 restaurants. Although Subway has overtaken McDonald's in terms of the number of locations, McDonald's remains the largest fast food company by revenue, thanks to the 93% of its establishments operating under the franchise model. Surprisingly, McDonald's is also a major player in the sports world. Even though fast food and sports seem an odd combo, the company is an official sponsor of the Olympic Games, FIFA World Cup, UEFA European Championship, and they are all about charity too. No doubt about it, McDonald's owes its origins to the McDonald brothers, Mac and Dick. They cooked up the standards and set up the whole fast food gig. Ray Kroc and his team, however, turned McDonald's into the leading global fast food restaurant chain, beloved by hundreds of millions of customers. While you've been watching this video, McDonald's has sold over 80,000 hamburgers. So don't waste any more time and share your favorite McDonald's burger in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you can keep enjoying this awesome content.